You spend an average of 3 hours inside an IKEA. In Walmart, the average visit lasts 22 minutes. That is not a coincidence. That is the entire business model. On paper, IKEA looks like a furniture store. $60 billion in revenue, 460 locations, 900 million customer visits a year. But IKEA is not in the business of selling sofas. IKEA is in the business of keeping you inside their building as long as humanly possible and making you fall in love with furniture that you yourself have to build. Because once you understand how that works, you will start seeing the same trick everywhere. From your gym membership to the cooking kit in your freezer. Let's start with the store. Every IKEA follows a single floor plan. You enter at the top, you exit at the bottom, and there is only one path. It is called the long, natural way. It is a one-way maze designed so that you cannot take a shortcut without actively sneaking through a staff door. The average customer covers about 1 mile of floor walking on a standard visit. Bedroom sets, kitchens, kids' rooms, bathrooms. You are not shopping. You are being taken on a guided tour of your future life. And every 10 minutes there is an arrow, not to the exit, to the next showroom. This is not convenience. This is capture. Now the twist. In 2012, a Harvard researcher named Dan Ariely ran a simple experiment. He gave 2 groups of people the same IKEA bookshelf. The first group got it pre-assembled. The second group had to build it themselves, with the Allen key, the pictograms, and the slightly wrong screw. Then he asked both groups how much they would pay for the shelf. The result was staggering. People who built the shelf themselves valued it 63% higher than people who received it pre-built. 63% for the exact same object. Ariely called it the IKEA effect. The act of assembling something creates emotional ownership. You do not just own the shelf. You survived the shelf, you fought it, you won, and now you love it. IKEA did not invent that psychology, but they built a $60 billion company around it. Quick note, if you are starting to see how this works, you are exactly the kind of person this channel is built for. We drop 2 of these deep dives every week, Tuesdays and Thursdays, on the companies you thought you already understood and the financial tricks hiding in plain sight. Hit subscribe if you haven't yet and turn on the bell, because the next part of this video honestly changes how you look at every business around you, including the ones you walked past this morning, okay? Back to IKEA. Halfway through your 3-hour visit, something interesting happens. You get hungry. Conveniently, there is a restaurant. IKEA sells 1 billion meatballs a year. Their restaurant business alone generates over 2 billion euros. But here's the catch. They sell meatballs at almost break even. A plate costs about $5. Their margin on food is roughly the same as a hospital cafeteria. So why bother? Because the meatballs are not a revenue stream. They are a re-engagement point. A hungry customer leaves. A fed customer keeps browsing for another 90 minutes. In retail psychology, that is called a hospitality anchor. Costco does it with $5 rotisserie chicken. IKEA does it with meatballs. Same trick, different food. You finally reach the checkout, and now comes the last piece of the showroom puzzle, the flat pack. IKEA did not invent flat pack furniture, but they industrialized it to the point of absurdity. A single truck that used to carry 200 assembled desks now carries 1,400 unassembled ones. That is a 7-fold increase in shipping density. It means IKEA can stock a warehouse for a fraction of what a traditional retailer pays. But the real genius is not the logistics. It is what happens next. When you get home, IKEA has quietly outsourced the one thing retail never gets for free: labor. You are going to spend 2 hours assembling that desk. Multiply 2 hours by 900 million customer visits, and you get roughly 1.8 billion hours of unpaid labor. Every single year. And the corporate structure is just as carefully engineered. IKEA technically is not a company. The IKEA brand, the stores, the logo, the blue bag, all of it is owned by a nonprofit foundation based in the Netherlands, called Stichting INGKA Foundation. Legally, IKEA pays licensing fees to itself in another country at a rate of 3% of global revenue. That is roughly $1.8 billion a year, moved out of regular corporate tax systems entirely legally. It is a masterclass in designing a company that is not one. There is one last thing, and almost nobody talks about it. Every single IKEA in the world is built on the outskirts of a city, never downtown. The land is industrial, sometimes farmland, usually dirt cheap. But when IKEA opens, the neighborhood transforms. Traffic quadruples, restaurants open, apartment buildings get built, roads get widened at the taxpayer's expense. And here is the kicker. IKEA's parent group owns a subsidiary called INGKA Centers. What do? They quietly build and own the shopping malls that pop up around every IKEA. They collect rent on the commercial districts they cause to exist. IKEA does not just sell furniture. They build entire neighborhoods, then collect rent on what they themselves created. They are not a retailer. They are an urbanist. Once you see the pattern, you see it everywhere. Build-A-Bear makes you assemble the toy. Blue Apron makes you cook the dish. Masterclass makes you earn the certificate. Your gym makes you suffer for the membership. The object is never the product. The effort is the product. The best brands don't just sell you something. They give you a story to tell about yourself. Hit subscribe. Every brand hides a blueprint, and we help you read it.